When did you last use Amazon? Last month to get your dad a last-minute birthday gift? Last week to pick up your supplies for a summer holiday? Last night streaming some late-night TV to help you sleep after a long shift at work? Or maybe you needed cough medicine for your kid or Nicorette to beat your habit. Maybe you needed a face mask to erase the creeping fear you still feel when you venture out on public transport. Way back in 1994, when Jeff Bezos, the man who founded Amazon, was coming up with concepts for his new business, he had a different name for his idea. Back then, he called it the Everything Store. According to a book on Amazon by the business journalist Brad Stone, Bezos originally wanted to build a site that sold basically every type of product all over the world. The name changed before he actually launched his business, but in a lot of ways, the idea didn't. Today, Amazon is creeping further and further into every aspect of our lives. Your gifts, your impulse buys, your TV, your music, and your healthcare. Over 6,500 government agencies are using Amazon Web Services. Amazon is gathering your data, your clicks, your preferences, maybe even your voice. Meanwhile, in 2019, Amazon logged over 280 billion in sales. And experts think Jeff Bezos is on course to become the world's first trillionaire. This didn't all happen by accident. How did Amazon grow so fast? How did it get so much smarter than everyone else? Could Amazon be learning about you, observing you, listening to you right now? In this video, I'm going to show you how a website that sold books seeped into every corner of the online economy and started running so much of your life. I'm going to tell you just how rich Jeff Bezos is, which one newspaper called Earth's first $1 trillion psychopath. And I'm going to show you just how ruthless he had to be to get there. I'm also going to answer a question that's probably already been gnawing at the back of your mind. If Amazon is taking over the world, just how scared should you be?
What are we gonna do tomorrow night?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Part 1. How Amazon bought and sold everything. Maybe you don't shop at Amazon that much. Maybe you even think you don't shop there at all. Think again. Amazon is everywhere. In this section, I'm going to explain how it took over the internet. How it spread further and further, sold more and more. And how you're probably helping Amazon get richer, even if you don't realize it. But first, back to the start. From its very beginnings, the story of Amazon has had one overarching theme: total domination. In 1994, Jeff Bezos wasn't in a position to build the Everything Store, so he built a bookstore. If you're as old as I am, you might remember the days where Amazon only sold books. But Bezos didn't just build any bookstore. He built a bookstore to end all bookstores. The idea was to stock more than everyone else and deliver it to anyone. It went live in 1995. It grew and grew. It stocked and sold more and more. Today, Amazon makes up nearly half of the physical book market and almost all of the ebook market in the US. Meanwhile, how many bookstores do you see on your local high street nowadays? Total domination.
World domination. Same old dream.
But Bezos didn't stop there. In 1999, Amazon began to stock more and more stuff: electronics, toys, kitchenware, video games, more and more. By 2018, Amazon represented almost half of the entire e-commerce industry in the US. If you're buying online, chances are you're buying there. Total domination. In 2006, Amazon launched Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services provides the digital building blocks to help people build and run various online services. And this was the moment where Amazon stopped just being a shop and started to creep across the whole internet. Remember, at the beginning of this section, I said you probably help Amazon make money, even if you think you don't shop there. Well, let me ask you something. Do you watch Netflix? Do you use Snapchat? Do you buy products from Apple? Book holidays on Airbnb? Or use Slack for work? All these huge tech companies and more have splashed cash on Amazon Web Services. And maybe you're a total tech industry holdout and steer clear of all these companies.
My phone it's so old.
Oh my God, that phone is preposterous.
It's getting more and more likely that Amazon can work with essential services you use wherever you live. Amazon Web Services has supported medical clinics in Italy, classrooms in India, the US Food and Drug Administration, and a lot more. Much more. More and more and more and more. Total domination. Still think you don't shop at Amazon?
Nope.
If you don't now, chances are you will soon.
Oh, there's only one thing better than owning a vault full of cold hard cash, and that's swimming in it.
Part 2. The riches of Jeff Bezos. How much money did you make last year? Enough to pay the bills? Enough to pay rent and buy food? Enough to stop you jolting awake anxious in the middle of the night? Enough to do whatever you want? Jeff Bezos has made more money than you could possibly imagine. Jeff Bezos has made more than enough. In this section, I'm going to show you just how much. We can get some understanding of Jeff Bezos' unimaginable wealth with the help of a mind-boggling data visualization. Let's say this box here represents $63,179. Why that much? Well, that's the median income of an American household. Or in plain language, a US household that sits right in the middle of the pile. Not rich, not poor, normal. Now look at this square. A little bit bigger, right? This square is all the money an average American is going to earn from the day they're born until the day they die. $1.7 million. Sounds like a lot. But of course, in that time, they've bought food, homes, holidays, wedding rings, given cash to their kids. Still, it's okay, and it's the very best a lot of us could hope for. Now look at this square. Much bigger, right? Much, much bigger than that 1.7 million many people can hope to earn. This represents the wealth of Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. His company makes the iPhone, which sits in hundreds of millions of pockets worldwide. He is a very rich man. His wealth comes to 625 million. But if we take this square and compare it to Jeff Bezos's, then we have to zoom out and out and out until all of Tim Cook's millions are an invisible dot compared to everything Jeff Bezos has. Enough to, for example, eradicate malaria, a disease which kills 800 children a day. More than enough. Does he deserve it? Well, I'll show you something else. We need to zoom all the way back in, past the wealth of Tim Cook, past the lifetime earnings of an American, past the annual earnings of American, to this box just here. This box represents the annual pay of an Amazon warehouse worker. Jeff Bezos' wealth is built on the backs of a huge army of people that you've never heard of, who package your goods, who work hard and fast in grueling conditions. Amazon says it takes its workers' welfare seriously with good safety standards, and it recently raised its minimum wage in the US to $15 an hour. But can one man really be worth so many, many, many times more than the men and women that work for him? Amazon thinks that $15 is more than enough. Is it enough?
Do you know how much power I'd have to give up to be president?
Part 3. So how scared should we be? What could Amazon and Jeff Bezos do to you? That's one question. When a company is this huge, what kind of power does that give them? Power over your life, your country, your industry? In this section, we'll look at that power. Power that could be used for good or for real evil. And we'll try to answer another question. how scared should you be? At the heart of Jeff Bezos's and Amazon's power is data, because Amazon knows a lot about you. And in the new online knowledge economy, that's what counts. The BBC journalist Leo Kellyan got hold of the data Amazon holds on him. It came to hundreds of files, right down to transcripts of the interactions his family had with their voice-activated Amazon Echo speakers. It knew his daughter was obsessed with the movie Frozen. According to Kellyan, it held late-night music requests from the bedroom that could be a clue to more adult activity. Jeff Bezos says the key to Amazon's success is customer obsession. The more Amazon can figure out what customers want, the better a job it can do for them. And this data gathering can help Amazon do amazing things. During the coronavirus pandemic, it has helped the World Health Organization share data with governments and health workers. And of course, it means that Amazon can help you find and buy what you want faster. But some people think this kind of power is unacceptable, that the balance is tipped too far towards Amazon. Shoshana Zuboff, a Harvard professor, told the BBC that Amazon is like a medieval elite, a priesthood that had all the knowledge. That elite did what it wanted, while all the rest of the people just kind of groped around in the dark. Because the answer to that question, what could Amazon and Jeff Bezos do to you, is that we don't really know in the long run. I think you can argue that Jeff Bezos is at least partially a good guy. He wants to fly humankind back to the moon. He's investing some of that huge wealth we looked at in good causes. He wants to build new kinds of schools. And whilst his drive, his ruthlessness, his love of confrontation rub people up the wrong way, there's a lot that business people can learn from his passion for unconventional thinking. But in the long run, it isn't just about Jeff Bezos. Amazon has used its amazing data gathering abilities to develop a technology called recognition. It can identify people from images and videos and even read the emotions that show on their face. It knows if you look happy, and it knows if you look scared. We can't even guess at all the possible ways that technology could be used by a company or by a government. And that's just one of the impossible number of things that Amazon and all of its different elements can do. So how scared should you be? I'll leave it up to you to decide if Amazon right now is a force of evil or for good. If Jeff Bezos is a superhero or a supervillain, or a bit of both. But something, to me, that is definitely scary is that if we let one company become the everything store, one place holding all our products, all our projects, all our data, if we give Amazon the keys to more and more of the internet, if Jeff Bezos keeps earning more than could possibly be enough for one man, then how can anyone ever know, understand, or control what Amazon does? It puts them beyond you, beyond your government, beyond their competition. So when did you last use Amazon? For many of you, the answer will be that you're using it right now. So how comfortable are you with that? Hey, it's Jonny Bradley here, and if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see any more topics discussed, please let me know down in the comments. I've thoroughly enjoyed putting together this mini documentary for you, so if you did enjoy it, I'd really appreciate a comment, a like, and a subscribe with them notifications turned on. And if you think someone else will find it interesting, please do share it with them as well. And for all you existing subscribers, I'd love to know what you think as well, so let me know. That is it for today, but remember, Jeff is always listening.